Guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's EK3 Mike. Haven't been here in a while, so I figured why not update you guys. So let's take a look around first. So the place is a mess as usual, but a lot has changed. Let's start with that hood. That's my OEM hood. A little hint right there of what's going on. I got some fenders making a mess. And some wheels. Okay, so let's start with this. I had the 96, 98 front on my car. Obviously, it's a 96. It came like that. Did I like it? Yes and no. There were things that I liked about it, and there were things that I didn't. I was never really a huge fan of the 96, 98 fronts at all. The US versions were kind of trash to me. No offense, that's just how I felt. When they came out with the M1, the SI, I fell in love with that. So it was like the 99 2000s, electron blue, still one of my favorite colors ever. So that always was in the back of my mind, with that. But I kind of made myself happy by going with the CTR grill and getting a dope lip from Phantom Composites, nice carbon fiber lip that you guys have seen before. So I kind of was like, good, until I stumbled upon Mode Parfume. So let's talk about that. So Mode Parfume is a Japanese company. I want to say they're rather new. I don't know what their background is, if they've worked on other projects with other companies before, but they kind of came, I want to say, almost out of nowhere with some amazing products. They seem to be keeping the classic lines from the 90s era's Hondas and just kind of improving on them, So you'll find that their wings, their side skirts, they look very much like the optional ITR side skirts, the optional, well, not the optional wings, but the ITR wing with just a little bit of flair. So they actually came out with some wide fenders for the 99 2000 Civics. So that's where my dilemma kind of started, because I saw the fenders, and first thing I did was hit him up, and I was like, do you guys have these for 96, 98? And he's like, no. Are you making them? No. So I was like, so I was kind of stuck there, but the wheels were turning, and finally I decided to just do what I want, pull the trigger, and swap the front end. So I ordered brand new bumpers, front and back, from Honda. I sold the awesome JDM bumpers with the molding. That was one thing that made me like the 96s. But I sold that, and pretty much what I do is, I don't have extra money lying around, so I'm selling stuff to buy stuff. So I sold my old setup. We know the grill, 96, 98 grill goes for a lot of money. So the grill, the bumpers, the hood is pending right now. Somebody's actually picking up the fenders as well. And yeah, I just went in. I got the Mode Parfume wide fenders, the OEM bumpers from Honda, front and rear, OEM brand new in box SI grill. Thanks to Throttle Therapy, he's the man. He hooked me up with that. So yeah, it's coming together nice. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. All right, so before I show you this disaster, show you this right here. Good stuff. So pretty cool. The fenders come with some bumper extensions that look kind of crazy, but once they're on the car, you can kind of see like where this is going to sit. So this is by like the headlight, and then this I can't do it with one hand, sorry, but this right here is going to follow the line of the fender, right? So there you got two of these, and this isn't really supposed to be like an unboxing vid, so just wanted to show you guys some stuff. Hold on. So here we have the fender. I'm not taking this one out just yet. It's wrapped up very nicely. What's pretty cool is these fenders came with the marker light area kind of lined out. So you could choose to run it if you want, and then I guess you would have the body shop cut it, or you cut it yourself. And the same thing with the moldings. People might not want to use the molding, so they leave it like this, you know, and some people don't use the marker light. I know in the US we don't have the marker light, so it's very simple. You could hear it though. They scribed it in there, so the body shop would just smooth that out, obviously get it ready for paint, and then you'd be good to go. But my car being from Japan and having the marker light, I said to myself, I want to keep that. So I went ahead and with the Dremel and making a huge mess, cut out this hole here. So previous owner of my car had these on here. These are like the bootleg ones. I have some real clears on the way. And I was also using, I don't see it now, here it is. This I ended up buying as well. This is Stanley. So, you know, I try to do only the best, right? So I have clear ones coming in, real ones. So yeah, so I'm still in the process of just getting it to fit perfectly. But that's kind of what it would look like if you could imagine just a clear version of that. So I think it'll be really cool. It makes a huge mess cutting into this stuff, but who cares, right? I think it's gonna be dope. And then I have to go ahead and cut out these for the moldings, which are right here. I don't know if these are specific left or right. I kind of, oh, here we go. Yeah, they might be, because the writing is upside down here. Yeah, this probably, this would go like that. Yeah, so pretty good, but that's where I'm at with that. So working on that right now. Gonna keep making a mess. Good thing I have this nice shield right here. As you can see, it's already dirty. But yeah, so onto these. So as you guys know, I had my Regas that I had powder coated by JT Powder Coating. These guys are the best. I had them, was in love with them, and never thought I'd ever get rid of them. Seriously, ever. And I'm a wheel whore, but I never thought I'd get rid of them. So why did I get rid of them? Well, with this wide, with these wide fenders, they're 35 millimeters wider than stock. The Mode Parfume guys with their demo car, which is also a Ferio, they're running a 16x8 in the front with 215 45 16. I'm sorry, 225 45 16, and they're using a 30 millimeter spacer. So a 16x8 with a 30 millimeter spacer. So I was just like, with the 16x7s, because I have a square setup, it's just not gonna cut it. It's not gonna be wide enough, excuse me, up front. So I said to myself, let me just do what I gotta do, put them up for sale, and it is what it is, right? Well, luckily, Andy Design on Instagram hit me up. Andy's a very cool guy, old school Honda head, has had a ton of cars. Like I said, old school guy, so he knows the game. He was actually sitting on a set of Regas that he had powder coated, and he just wasn't feeling the staggered setup, which I totally understand, because before this, I wasn't really looking for the staggered setup. I had a set of brights that I ended up trading the 8s because I wanted a set of 7s. So I totally get where he's coming from. So he was calling to buy my wheels, but he's like, hey, before I buy them, he's like, would you be interested in this? And we straight up traded. So I got a staggered set. I got 16 by 8 plus 35s, which are gonna go in the front. I'm gonna run that 30 millimeter spacer and 16 by 7s in the back. I'm gonna be running Toyo R888s with a 225 45 16 in the front and a 205 50 16 in the rear. So I think it's gonna look really, really good. Kind of like that murdered out look a little bit, right? With the my car is actually gray, but it's phantom gray, so it's a dark gray. Looks like black, but then it's gonna have black wheels on it. Yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty good. So let me show you the wheels. Got a couple clusters here, but yeah, this is what it's all about right here. I love the way these wheels just sit. The eights are just perfect. They're literally perfect, and the 7s are great as well. Super light, super light. Like, you know, you could just toss these wheels. It's insane. But yeah, really good. Where's that? Made in Russia. That's what everybody wants to see, right? Because that's how you know they're legit, among other things. But yeah, anyway, so I'm super excited for the new setup, and I'm gonna continue messing with this. It's a little sketchy because you're drilling on like $800-900 fenders. I don't think it was that much. Maybe it was like seven. I don't remember. Anyway, it was a lot, but I'm gonna finish doing that. So yeah, that was fun. Finished it up. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So somewhat finished product, not 100% finished. It needs paint, but this molding is in. The marker light is in. They are not loose. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, it's super sketchy. I'm gonna be going with the clear marker light. I think what you gotta realize, what I didn't know, is how thick the fiberglass is compared to your, and I'm gonna walk over there so you could see it, your OEM, the metal fender. This is so thin right here, and it just lets the lip from the, if you're familiar with these marker lights, the lip gets inserted under here and then it clips in here and it just snaps in. But this is so thin that it allows you to do that. These fenders here are pretty thick because they have layers of fiberglass. So it doesn't really allow you to clip it in nice, like super nice. It is in there real good. It's not coming out at all. So, I mean, it's in there, but it's not gonna be like OEM when you're messing with this fiberglass. But yeah, I'm super happy with the result. I'm not super happy that I have to do it to the other side. You know, I could have just let the body shop handle this, but at the same time, I do try to do as much as I can on a build. And yeah, so I said, let me attempt this myself. But it's definitely not for the faint of heart. So I'm about to take this one out and do the same thing. What's up, guys? So it's the next day, and I figured I'd add this into the video that you're already watching. It's only right. I threw this stuff together. I kind of want you guys to see it, explain some of it. So check it out. The bumper is on the car. OEM just fits so well. So beautiful. It's not bolted up yet, it's just kind of mocked up. I like how the exhaust is kind of hidden right there. But yeah, got my Honda stuff. It was one day wait for it. Like I said, I didn't really, bolt it in, but everything was like fits really nice. So like I said, both marker areas are cut out, as well as the holes for the moldings. This is what it looks like right now. Now keep in mind, this is a steel wheel, but it's a 7-inch wheel, so it's 7 inches wide. And just to give you an idea of how much space you have there, look at that. I'm looking down, you could really see how much space you have. I mean, it's just to give you an idea, not super accurate measurement, but I would say like 7-inch wheel, and you got maybe 2 inches of space to the fender. So really, really cool. So I kind of threw everything together. I modded the front, I'll show you guys in a second. But nothing's bolted up yet. So it's just kind of, resting here, just to kind of get an idea of what it all looks like. And I'm going to show you guys a couple things. All right, so let's take a look at this kit. So the kit's fiberglass, and it has some pretty cool stuff. Let's see if we can see this here. So it comes with this little, I guess, riv nut attachment. And what you would do is, the OEM bumper is not going to line up perfectly, obviously, because you could see how much wider this sticks out, okay? So what you would do is drill a hole through this, and you would bolt from the bottom with the bolt that they supply. Put the bolt through to that riv nut. Okay, so it's going to be a nice and tight fitment. Obviously the line is going to match up, but you have this extension that I showed you guys before. Here you can see the shape for the headlight. So let me show you what that would look like. So that's going to sit there like this, and they supply you with some screws that I'm assuming you would screw from the back of the bumper into here to hold it. You could probably also use some 3M tape maybe along here. But one interesting thing that I noticed while looking at this, because this does line up perfectly with the fender, but you have this whole piece of the OEM fender that's not gonna fit. It's literally just gonna sit like that. You could see how it's like you have like 2 bumpers here, right? So I'm assuming that piece is gonna get cut off. So once the bumper is back out, you line this up here so that it's perfect, and you screw it in from the back, double-sided tape where you need to, and then I guess there would be some trimming involved. So I'm not going to do that now. I would probably wait till I get the car back from paint to do that, but I think it's pretty cool. It's custom stuff. It's not gonna be 100% plug and play. Sometimes things need to be modified, but I'm really digging it. I think it's gonna be a great look, especially with the Regas. It's gonna be beefy up front. And I also have the Mode Parfume carbon mirrors. So if you could kind of see my vision, carbon hood, carbon mirrors, carbon front lip, And then just gonna have the black wheels. Kind of accented it with the blue valve stem. I'm thinking of doing some blue open-ended lug nuts. Guys, one last thing real quick what I wanted to cover, which I didn't and I said I was, is as you may or may not know, if you're going from 96, 98 swapping to a 99, 2000 front end, the only thing that's really going to stop you is, well, there are two things that are going to stop you. There's a tab like this is part of the actual tab on each end, and that's where the top of the bumper by the grill will sit. So the bumper would kind of sit like this. There's that, and on the JDM cars, you're not going to have like this bumper support bar, so I didn't have an issue with that. But I did see the USDM guys kind of hammering that bumper support bar to kind of bend it a little bit to fit. I didn't have that issue, but I did have the issue with the tabs. Being that the grill shape is a little different, 96 to 98 versus 99 to 2000. So basically what you could do is either swap the whole radiator support, which I'm not going to do, that's crazy to me. Cut the bumper, which I didn't want to do. I instead decided to cut the tabs. I think this is actually the easiest and cleanest way. You do it the way you want to do it, but just as a guide, if you want to do it my way, you take like a circular or something, you know, like a Dremel or whatever you want to use, something with a cutting wheel, and you're gonna cut right on the edge of that circle right there. And the reason why you want to do that is because once you cut on that edge, this is gonna be the remaining piece that's attached to the car. This, you're gonna have to make a cut here, you're gonna have to make a cut here, and then you're gonna have to make a third cut to get it off on the bottom right there. So you're gonna be left with this. Your bumper's gonna fit perfectly right over that. That hole is gonna be right here. And when you're doing your final mounting, after you got your fenders on, after you have your headlights on, you put your front bumper on and you line that up. And once everything is perfectly lined up, you mark the hole on that remaining tab and drill the hole, and then you'll be good to go. You could put your push clip in there. So I just wanted to you know, make you guys aware of that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for the next video. Peace.